Good morning, everybody. Good morning, sir. So now is the time to start the next topic of this managerial economics, that is demand analysis. After the introduction of managerial economics, nature and scope of managerial economics, now we are going to study the demand analysis, right? And in this class, we will discuss that is what is the meaning of demand. Then we will discuss about the basis of the demand, and after that we will also discuss the types of demand. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So first one, what is demand? The first aspect we will discuss, that is what is demand. And as I told you, this is very important word, demand, for our life. Because as a business manager, we are supposed to understand the very important meaning of demand. So demand means what? What do you understand by that? Demand, you have heard a lot of things. What is the demand statement? Few statements can you give me? What is demand means? Any views?
Need of the product.
Yeah.
Need of the product.
Need of the product. What else? What? Right. What else? Yes. Demand means what the customers wants or the needs. Suppose you see very often consumer purchases, because consumer purchases a lot of things for themselves. It may be an expensive product, it may be a very least expensive product. But you, as business manager, you are very well aware that consumers are going to buy the product. Say, if it is a salt or it is a Mercedes, both are required. Yes or no? Whether it is Mercedes or whether it is a salt, both has its own demand. Both has its own demand. Suppose that is, you see, a few people buy Mercedes and many people buy salt. So what is the demand for them? What is the demand? What is the demand? But as a business manager, I want to know that is from demand. So demand arises from the needs. Demand arises from the needs. So why needs? Because this is the basis of all production activities. This is what the basis of all production activities. Without needs, no production. What is the need? What do you mean by that need? Need means? Need means? Self? Right. Or need means? It is the felt deprivation of some basic satisfaction. Human need is a felt deprivation of some basic satisfaction. What does it mean? That is what the need. I could not able to buy a Mercedes. That may be need. But that is what I want. Need means that there is a felt deprivation. I don't have that. That is called the need. Or then you just go ahead and practical basic satisfaction. Basic, very importantly, the need is the felt deprivation of some basic satisfaction. Basic satisfaction means food, cloth, shelter. Yes or no? These are the basic satisfaction. If we go ahead at this basic satisfaction, then you may encounter with this term. What is that? Wants. Wants. Why wants? Because as I told you in economics, what our needs are or wants are unlimited. We want more. our desires are more. Business managers are aware of this. Yes or no?
Yes.
Then we may need rice. We may need rice. But once we want basmati rice. So wants are the desires. Wants are desires. But what happens? In mind. What is the problem here? The problem here that wants must be baked by money, baked by purchasing power. If it is baked by purchasing power and willingness to buy, then that will become demand. Do you know? So what happened here? Here it has been added with the willingness. What has been added? Willingness. And another very important one is the purchasing power. It is added with the purchasing power. Then that will become demand. Here I will tell you one story. What is the story? Suppose a person wants to fly and wants to have a high profile mobile. But willingness is there. But purchasing power is not permitting. What will happen? Should we consider that as demand? Should we consider that as a demand? And you are a manager of that company. Suppose iPhone manager, you are having the responsibility of the managing the iPhone sales. Would you consider those buyers? Suppose just like that, Mercedes also, the Mercedes manager is going to consider those customers? No. So for them, what is demand? So demand means what? That is means people plus purchasing power plus willingness to buy. Then only we will consider that as demand. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sugni.
Yes, sir.
Alright, thank you very much. So whenever we consider these things in our parameters, then that we can say that is demand. Okay. So demand means what? The quantity of goods that consumers are willingness to buy at a particular time at a particular unit of products. Then whenever the consumer is going to buy a simple the number of goods, then only that we will consider as a demand. So demand means what? Then what are the questions a manager is supposed to ask here? Manager is going to ask this question. Suppose you are an iPhone manager, what you will ask? What is your job? Suppose you are a manager of that is a simple Ashirwad. What is your intention? As a manager, what will be your question? What is your objective? Yes? How to create demand? Yes or no? How to create demand? So, this is the basic question you are asking here. Why the consumer? This means what is the basis of demand? That's the first question you will ask. Ask the manager will ask the question, what is the basis of the demand? Basis means what is the basis? Basis means what? What is the basis? Basis means what? Yeah, that is the question. What is the basis? daily requirement. What is the question? Why you have purchased a wonderful shirt? Is there any basis or not?
Yes, sir.
A person like that? That is the question, man. As a manager also, you will ask the question, why do consumers will buy my product? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And another question you may ask, how much quantity of goods the consumers are going to buy? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is the basic question. What are the factors that influence the consumer in buying the particular good or service? Yes or no? Is it not a question? Are you getting me or not? Is it that? And how do the consumer's demand fluctuates or changes with the change in the prices of goods, prices of related goods, income of the consumers, etc. Yes or no? Is it not a question? Are you getting me or not?
Yes,
So, as a business manager, I am trying to uncover these questions so that my objective is to create a demand for the good. Clear? So, that is called the basis of demand. So, what is basis? Basis money? What is the basis? Basis means what? What is the basis of consumer demand? What is the basis? Why do you purchase the salt? Why do you purchase rice? Need also. But why do you purchase this Ashirwad salt? Why do you purchase this get India get rice? That is the question. It may be quality or it may be any other? Sida? Quality. What else? Price. What else? Brand. What else? Why do you purchase? Why do you purchase? You have purchased a wonderful that is Titan watch. Why? Who told you to purchase? What is the reason? That this is nothing but this is called what is that? Utility. This is what is the basis? Basis of demand is the utility. Utility means what? You may ask me to start your purchase. Your wonderful sir. Why? Start cost 2,300. But why not purchase that? You can tell utility is a psychological phenomenon. Feeling of satisfaction I cannot describe, but I know why I have purchased. Siddharth is looking very nice, very handsome, with a lens card spec. Oh, that is from lens card. Oh, great, he's looking great. Getting my point? So, what is the grade? If I ask him, he cannot answer because it is a psychological phenomenon. बोलता नहीं है मगर दिल में कुछ कुछ है और दिल में खुशी खुशी बोलता है कि मैं बहुत अच्छा दिखता हूँ. Printed shot with lens card, spec. Ah, great. Did you get my point? So, what is that? Why he has purchased? The business manager is telling it is a psychological. आप कंज्यूमर के हिसाब से बोलते हो, it is a psychological. What is from the producer's angle? From the producer angle? What is from the producer's angle? देखो two angles there. Utility from both sides. One from the producers, one from the consumers angle. Of consumers angle, दिल में कुछ बढ़िया है, satisfaction, pleasure, everything. Psychological phenomenon. That's why I purchase. कुछ भी नहीं, पैसा दे दो, अच्छा दिखना चाहिए. That was the satisfaction. That is the pleasure I derive. But producer क्या बोलता है? Producer utility को क्या बोलता है? Want satisfying entity. ये सब प्रोड्यूसर लेंस कार्ड जो देता है बोलता है आपको साइज, आप बोलो साइज, हम फिक्स करेंगे. Yeah, you tell your size, we will provide the spec. Yes or no? Let's say बोलता है ना, you tell your size, you come here, give your size, give your measurement, we will build for you. बोलते हैं ना? That is from the producer side, right? So that is called utility. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
समझ में आ रहा है? Difficult? कुछ नहीं बहुत difficult. Easy है, very easy. I told you from the very beginning. Management economics is a damn easy subject. क्यों? ये सोच सकते. Why we do experience this subject? We experience this subject. That's why economics is a social science. It is pertaining to the society. It is pertaining to society means pertaining to us. We experience that. Suppose I will ask you why do you purchase this shirt? Means what do you tell? That is a simple answer. Because I like it. Because I like it. मेरे को पूछो क्यों बेचा मैंने बोला मेरा तो ये काम है कि this should satisfy my customer. Simple stuff. Am I clear? Are you getting it? समझ में आ रहा है? और न्यू कमर्स दे अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस पक्का ना? समझ में आ रहा है ना? आगे बढ़े. So we have discussed about the meaning of the demand and we have also discussed about the basis of the demand. So this utility can be considered. This utility can be measured. In terms, this utility can be measured in two ways. One is in the form of total utility. Another one that is called marginal utility. What is this? Total utility means the utility you derive. Suppose you have purchased shirt from that is Allen shop. One shirt, then you have purchased second shirt, then you purchase third shirt, then you purchase fourth shirt, then you purchase five. So you have calculated all these utilities and make a sum and you derive U1, U2, U3, U4, U5. This is called total utility. Okay? This is total utility. Am I clear?
Yes,
Whenever you will ask this question, that is what marginal utility. What is the marginal utility? Marginal utility means marginal means suppose here this becomes a total utility. Suppose you have purchased 6 numbers. That is what you have purchased 6 number. That is called U6. Clear? U6. Total utility becomes U6. Until now, total utility was 5. Right? Then you ask that is the sixth one that becomes total utility of 6. So marginal utility is equal to total utility 6 minus total utility 5. Did you get my point? That is called marginal utility. So marginal utility is rate of change of total utility. Rate of change of total utility because of the additional unit additional unit consumed. Did you get my point? आपने 5 तक ठीक था, आपने परचेज किया 6 नंबर, तो 6 और 5th का डिफरेंस में क्या हुआ? एक एडिशन हुआ, that is called marginal utility. That's why it is called marginal utility. Means the change in the total utility because of the additional unit consumed. आपने जो एडिशनल परचेज किया, एडिशनल यूनिट कंज्यूम किया, एंड जो यूटिलिटी डिराइव किया, एंड दैट हैज बीन द मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी. ओके, did you get my point? Yes. So this utility, now the question is measurable or not measurable? It is measurable or not measurable? तो उसको बोलते हैं the utility is measurable. This utility is measurable or not measurable? When you measurable, that is called cardinal utility. And it is not measurable, then you can say that is ordinal utility. Cardinal utility, another one is the ordinal utility. Cardinal utility, another one is the ordinal utility. So whenever we have asked this question, ordinal utility or cardinal utility, we have one is ordinal. Cardinal means measurable and ordinal is not measurable. So where measurable means just like height, weight. Not measurable means it is above how much. आपने एक समोसा खाया, बोला यूटिलिटी मेजर करो कितना दोगे, आपको बोले 1 to 10, आप रेटिंग करो, आप लोग कितना अच्छा लगा कैसे बोलोगे? It is very difficult. Then you can say that is out of 10 I will give 8. Otherwise you बोलते ना wow great. That is measurable in terms of what, more than or less than, or बोलते हैं ग्रेटर देन और स्मॉलर देन. आप रेटिंग करके जो नंबर दोगे उसे समझ लिया, राइट? सो देन नाउ कम्स दैट इज व्हाट द टाइप्स ऑफ, कैन आई क्लियर टू यू? यस सर, थैंक यू. टाइप्स ऑफ डिमांड. So why do we need to know the types of demand? That is the question. What is the necessity of understanding the types of demand? Why it is required? Can anybody answer? Why is it that?
There are different types of people.
But
There are different types of people available in the world. There are types of people.
but suppose I am a manager. Why do we need to know the types of demand?
To manage production.
But
To manage production.
to manage production or what else? Ah?
To increase sales.
To increase sales. Very good. What else? To easily understand the market. Very good. Suppose we are interested in understanding, suppose the type just like you can write individual demand and another one industry or say market demand. Individual demand and the market demand. What is the meaning of individual demand and market demand? Individual demand and market demand. What individual demand? What is the demand individual? Suppose you are interested in understanding the demand for LED tubes. Suppose you want to understand this is a ganja. What is the number of televisions are required? It is required for the ganja. In this case, This is called individual. How many TVs are required for Ganjam? You can say 100 per month for your product. Suppose higher LED TV for Ganjam. Suppose I want to know for the demand for Odisha. What is that? What will happen? I will add 30 districts demand, and add a number 100, that is means 3000 minimum. So this is called individual demand, and this is called market demand. For a month at price higher LED at the rate of that is 25,000, that is 32 inch. If I say, get my point? So this is called individual demand, and this is called market demand. If you calculate that, this is called the individual demand and market demand. So what will happen to the manager? So manager can assess, manager can forecast. Did you get my point? If you understand the types of demand, you can prepare the strategies. You can prepare the strategies. You can prepare the strategies as per the requirement of the consumers. Right? Did you get my point? And another demand is direct demand and derived demand. Direct demand and derived demand. Direct demand and derived demand. What is the direct demand means? Direct demand means, suppose a business manager, he want to be understand the direct demand for the product. Suppose they क्या लेते हैं? दूध, चाय, दूध, whatever. Suppose I toothpaste. Demand for toothpaste is what? Direct or derived? A derived means very smart. Derived means direct means that is the demand exists for altogether. The demand is there automatically. Demand for its own sake. Consumers require toothpaste. ना आपको बोलना पड़ता है टूथपेस्ट ले लो भाई ले लो, नहीं ना? टूथपेस्ट लेने के लिए बोल रहा है, फेस वॉश लेने के लिए कोई बोल रहा है, नहीं ना? So demand for its when a commodity is demanded for its own sake. When a commodity is demanded for its own sake. My dear, are you getting me? When a commodity is demanded for its own sake, can you tell me one product which is required for it? Paste, toothbrush, yes, कोई नहीं बोलता है. So whenever any commodity, the demand exists for its own sake, that demand for those products is direct demand. Yeah, direct demand. And derived demand means,
particular specification.
for example,
Herbal toothpaste. Toothpaste and herbal toothpaste.
anybody? Please. Yeah, derived means yeah, insurance. Insurance is derived. Yes. Or demand for, that is what you can say, computer. Is demand for when a commodity demand is dependent. Suppose कंप्यूटर का डिमांड ज्यादा है तो क्या करोगे उसको? Derived मतलब what? Demand for what? Demand for, that is like Intel microprocessors. What is what? अगर कंप्यूटर का डिमांड नहीं रहेगा तो माइक्रो प्रोसेसर का डिमांड क्या रहेगा? हाँ? अगर बिल्डिंग के लिए परमिशन नहीं है तो बिल्डिंग ही नहीं बनेगा, सीमेंट का डिमांड कैन यू डिराइव? अरे नहीं, आपका परमिशन ही नहीं है बिल्डिंग बनाने के लिए, कंप्यूटर बंद कर दिया जाएगा तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो क्या बंद हो जाएगा? जितना सारा एक्सेसरी सब बंद हो जाएगा। तो एक्सेसरी डिमांड इज टोटली डिपेंडेंट ऑन द फिनिश्ड गुड. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
When a commodity is demanded because of something, then that demand is derived demand. मैं आपको माइक्रो प्रोसेसर सब कुछ दे दूंगा, क्या करोगे? मुफ्त में दे दूंगा, कुछ कर सकते हो? कंप्यूटर देंगे, साथ ही लैपटॉप दे देंगे, बहुत बढ़िया ले लेंगे, हाँ? But demand for computer is dependent on microprocessor. Demand for microprocessor is dependent on the demand for the computer, right? So that is when a commodity demand is derived from the, when a commodity is demanded, that is, suppose a capital good is demanded for using it as a raw material or finished good or as an intermediate, then it is called derived demand. Am I clear? Dependency होता है, raw material नहीं है तो finished. So demand for raw material is always derived. You can derive the finished good, then only you can think of demand for that. Am I clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
So this is called direct demand and the another recurring demand and replacement demand. 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 Can you tell me what is recurring demand?
Same product that can be used multiple times.
Multiple times. That is good. That is means milk is required every day. ना आज हो गया तो कल मिलेगा नहीं, जरूरत नहीं है. Perishable goods, right? Milk is required always. So the demand is recurring. Food products, that is what? Recurring. Always be required. Good. जैसे कि मैं बोला था आपको, टिफिन दुकान है, उसका कस्टमर कुछ ज्यादा कस्टमर नहीं है, उनका कुछ कस्टमर फिक्स होते हैं. डेली नया कस्टमर नहीं मिलता है उनको, नया कस्टमर का कम है, मगर रिकरिंग I depended on recurring customers. Getting that? Getting my point or not? So that demand we consider as a recurring demand. And then consumer, in case of consumables, we can say, total consumables मतलब आपका pencil, all these are what? आपका biscuits, आपका जितना भी grocery products, that is what? They are having recurring demand. Always. अब milk चाहिए, every day you will get the milk at the morning hour. सुबह होते ही milk. That is called recurring demand. Always. तो उसका मैनेजर क्या सोच रहा होगा? क्या सोच रहा होगा? सब कुछ होममेड का मैनेजर क्या सोचता होगा? मेरा गाड़ी सुबह सुबह अपना डेस्टिनेशन रिटेल शॉप में पहुंचना चाहिए. रात अगर दिन के 10 बजे पहुंचेगा तो होगा? नहीं होगा. Did you get my point? So this is the benefit of understanding what is the type of demand for the goods or services. Did you get my point? Yes, sir. So this is recurring. Replacement demand मतलब replacement.
Using another product instead.
Just like
using CNG instead of petrol vehicles.
replacement demand. All ड्यूरेबल गुड्स। आप जीवन में कितना फ्रिज खरीदोगे एवरीडे? सुबह सुबह होते ही एक फ्रिज ले लो, दूध ले लो, फ्रिज ले लो, दूध ले लो, चलेगा? फ्रिज चाहिए एवरीडे? ले लो ना, लेंगे आप दूध के साथ फ्रिज, चलेगा? रिकरेक्ट, ले लो दूध के साथ फ्रिज ले लो। लेना है आपको? क्यों नहीं लेना है? फ्रिज कितना लोगे लाइफ में? एक इंसान के जीवन में कितना फ्रिज खरीद लोगे? 3-4 5 10 मिनिमम 2 या 3 यार। शादी से पहले, शादी के बाद और उसके बाद पता नहीं बहू लेके आएगा। ये तो कम से कम ज्यादा से ज्यादा 3 है क्या नहीं? अब होता ना शादी से पहले बाप लेके आया होगा, पक्का ले लिया, और उसके बाद शादी के बाद नया बहू लेके आए, उसके बाद क्या? उसका बहू, तो कम से कम 2-3 हो जाएगा। सो दैट इज कॉल्ड रिप्लेसमेंट, ज्यादा नहीं। All durable goods are having that is replacement. You cannot replace a longer period of time. So, am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Then the fourth one is that is for competing demand. Competing demand and complementary demand. Complementary demand. Complementary demand and competing demand. Complementary demand मतलब इसका ये जो डिमांड क्या है इसका? इसके साथ क्या है? पेन के साथ क्या है? हाँ? कार के साथ पेट्रोल, कार पेट्रोल, पेट्रोल में गाड़ी दे रहा हूँ, पेट्रोल ले दूंगा, ले लो गाड़ी, चलेगा? हाँ? What is that? पेन के साथ इंक, कार के साथ पेट्रोल, ये क्या है? क्या? Complementary, right? Means what complementary demands are? Complementary demands generally what? The jointly pair without ink. Can you have? You cannot have. You can the goods which create joint demand or goods which create joint demand are called complementary demand. अब बुकिल निकाल के लिखो ना. Can you write? So pen is required means ink is required. So इसीलिए आपको पता होगा, जैसे आप देखो जब भी ऑटोमेटिक पार्ट्स लेते हैं क्या होता है? आपका कार का गियर होता है, सारे कंपनी का एक ही जैसा होता है। क्यों? क्योंकि जो भी आपका एक्सेसरीज विल बी व्हाट, जो साइज जो एक्सेसरी का होता है दैट मे बी कॉम्पिटेबल, तो कॉम्पिटेबल होगा सो दैट पीपल विल परचेज। डिड यू गेट माय पॉइंट? राइट? अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि एक्सेसरीज को दैट शुड मैच विद द डिजाइन, इसलिए तो डुप्लीकेट भी बनता है। डिड यू गेट माय पॉइंट और नॉट? So that is what complement, goods which create joint demand. पेट्रोल चाहिए, कार चाहिए मतलब पेट्रोल भी चाहिए, डीजल भी चाहिए, इलेक्ट्रिक चाहिए, कुछ भी, but it should have, otherwise that cannot be run. मैं क्यों ना समझ में आ रहा है ना? Yes sir. कम टाइम में बहुत ज़्यादा बोलूँ, so that you can understand and we can cover up. Right. So this is called complementary. Competing मतलब competing. Competing demand मतलब सब्स्टिट्यूट। अगर आप चाय लेते हो, कौन सा चाय अच्छा है? चाय के बदले अगर कॉफी ले लिया होगा। कंपीटिंग मतलब सब्स्टिट्यूट, राइट? तो सब्स्टिट्यूट्स आर टी और coffee is a competing, each both are competing. Petrol These are nowadays electric. These are
Competing.
did we got or not? These are competing demands. They are competing for each other. So that means goods that compete with each other. Right? Or you can say Coke versus Pepsi. You can have. Right? You can compete each other. Because both are trying to satisfy the customer. Both are trying to satisfy the customer. Right? So there are substitute products. So you can understand that. So if each and every company wants to compete with each other to satisfy the needs, wants, yes or no? So in that way they want to create the demand for the goods and services. Okay, we will discuss the next thing in the next class. That is law of demand. Thank you.